The O1 concept review. If you drag around part of an object with the selection tool, the entire object will be selected. That is true. When we marquee select here around just part of an object, the entire thing is selected. We can then manipulate it. Number 2, a tool that you can tear off can also be moved around to any location you desire. That is true. Any tool with a little triangle at the lower right can be clicked and held, cursor moved over, released at the arrow, and then with the little title bar you can move it to the desired position. Next, you draw a rectangle and realize you'd like to move it. The fastest way to move it is to press Shift, which will toggle you temporarily back to the selection tool. Okay, I'm going to draw a rectangle and I want to move it. If I press Shift, I do not get my selection tool. It's the Control key. When I press Control and hold it down, it will turn to the selection tool. I can move it, release my mouse, then release the Control key, and I'm back to the rectangle tool. So that was false. It's the Control key, not the Shift key. Next, you must use the marquee selection method if you want to move an object. That's not really true. To marquee means that you drag a bounding box around or over part of an object. That's what marquee select means. But really, if I want to move this rectangle, I just need to click on it and pull it over. Next, you draw a rectangle, then fill it with blue. You draw 5 more. All 5 will also be blue. That is true. You want to change a filled rectangle back to the default settings. The Back to Default button is located on the toolbox above the Fill button. That is false. It's right here. It is located below the Fill button. So if I have this rectangle selected and I want it back to default, there is the icon I press below the Fill button. Next, the best way to see a very specific part of the drawing is to marquee select the area using the Zoom tool.